What's up, guys? Welcome to Cara's Cucina, YouTube's first and only Emmy-nominated cooking show. I'm Cara Di Falco. Special guest today, Chef Todd Villani of Vesta in East Rutherford, New Jersey. He's going to show us how to make his version of a mushroom risotto. Chef Todd, thank you so much for hanging out in the Cucina this week. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about the dish we're making.
All right, so we're going to do a mushroom risotto. It's currently on our menu over at Vesta Wood Fire.
Nice.
So we're going to start with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil.
Perfect.
Okay.
All good things start this way.
Greek organic virgin olive oil.
Okay.
Kind of taken a liking to.
Very nice.
Okay, so then we're going to start with our shallot. I like to put the shallot in before the pan gets hot so we don't have to catch up with it burning.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start that. We'll turn it up a little bit. And we're just going to sweat that to where it's a little translucent. Okay.
It smells so good. I love the smell of shallots.
Yes, me too. So our next step here is when it's translucent, we're already getting a nice heat over here. We're gonna add our risotto or our arborio rice.
And tell me, we were talking before we started today that you were saying risotto is the technique. It's not. It's the name of the dish ultimately, but
right.
You can make risotto at any, whatever this base is the flavor of your risotto. It can be anything.
Exactly, and yeah, it's a blank canvas. So we're going to use a short grain rice. We're going to use arborio.
Okay.
And we're going to use a couple of cups, and we're going to start that saute process to release some starches. Okay. Vesta, we use about 100 pounds of mushrooms a week.
Holy smokes.
That we have local mushrooms come in from a forager down in South Jersey.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's hen of the woods and creminis and portobellos, shiitakes. We have a nice array of mushroom. So
I love mushroom. Mushroom is such a wonderful fall flavor. They're so earthy. They're great, but they're great year round.
Absolutely. So our next step is to add our white wine.
Okay. Just a dry white wine or
dry white wine, a nice Pinot Grigio is always good. So you could find any white wine. And we're going to get that infused in there. And what we have over here is a mushroom stock we make from all the mushrooms that we cook during the week. We let it strain, and we get a wonderful, flavorful stock from it.
Right, and a lot of people don't realize mushrooms are almost entirely water.
Correct.
Right, so that's what we were saying. So when you guys cook down and saute those mushrooms, this is just the liquid that comes out of the mushrooms.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Before I even started there, they were throwing this away, and this is gold to me. So we'll add a ladle at a time, maybe two, just to get it started. And we'll give it a stir. Now we're going to cook this, we're going to turn it down a little bit. We're going to cook this about 18 to 20 minutes, adding stock as the risotto is absorbed. When it gets started, I'll add my mushroom to it a little bit later because they're already cooked.
Okay.
Okay. But we keep on stirring, and this is something that's a little laborious, but you have to make love to it. And you want to just keep on stirring and stirring until it's absorbed. And you don't. I don't add any butter or cream. It has its own starch.
Yeah.
It's going to be creamy by itself because of the starch that it exudes.
And that's the beauty of this. And we, like you said, we're using arborio, but there's a couple of other grains of rice that work well in risotto. There's
carnoli.
Carnoli.
Yeah.
I can't think of another. It's like villanona, something along those lines. But arborio, I think, is the most popular one that people are familiar with. It's easy to access in the grocery stores.
Exactly. And a lot of them are already coming flavored, so I'd prefer to make my own flavors.
Yes.
And just use the plain arborio. So as we go, we're going to add our mushrooms. These are a lot.
That's fine. We love them.
We love
Load it up.
Yep. And they're still going to exude their own liquid as well still. So we add more stock.
Chef, while our risotto finishes cooking here, tell me a little bit about Vesta, because it's not, I mean, you guys do plates like this, but it's also a pizzeria, a Neapolitan style pizzeria.
Neapolitan pizzeria, the open flame wood burning ovens. We also, do steaks and Cornish hen and fish, all coming from the hearth,
Wow.
which is excellent. We have a multitude of events always. We had Oktoberfest last month, and we did a tomato dinner in September. November is going to feature a collaboration of me and Ariane Duarte from Culinarian and Ariane Kitchen and Bar. And then, of course, we have Thanksgiving coming up, so that's always fun to do some specials for that.
So how can people find out about these events and get tickets for them, or make sure they're registered?
Well, you can go to our Facebook or Instagram,
Okay.
Vesta Wood Fired.
Okay.
We can also go to vestawoodfired.com. You can reach me through Chef at Vesta Wood Fired, or Frank Giampa, who books our parties, and he's the owner. He's Frank at Vesta Wood Fired, so it's all about Vesta.
Lots of wood ways to get in touch with you guys. Yeah. I love that. I love when places kind of do these special events. It's always nice to go to a good restaurant, but I think sometimes it's something special to collaborate with another chef to do something a little off your typical menu.
Yeah, and we also feature our wines, so we get to pair it, and that's always nice as well. We have a lot of supper club events that are going to be coming up after the new year.
Awesome.
February, Valentine's Day, obviously, but we're also going to have a lot more featured chefs. So we're almost done here.
Very cool. Now, you were telling me we've not seasoned this at all. Not the base, the rice, the mushrooms, nothing.
No, I haven't seasoned it at all. I have a great flavor from the stock, but as far as for any dish that I do, I like to taste it before I season it. Just to see where we're at in the flavor complex. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'm gonna give it a taste. Really good.
If you do say so yourself.
It does need some salt and pepper though.
And I think this is the thing that sometimes a lot of home cooks miss or misunderstand, is that you got to season your food as you go, you have to taste it as you go, and then you probably won't need salt and pepper on the table.
Right, exactly. And that's why there's no salt and pepper on the table at Vesta. If I'm not doing my job, that means, the food's not tasting good and you're adding salt, then there's a problem.
Right.
So, the salt's supposed to bring out the flavor of the mushrooms in the food, not to make it salty.
Not to make it salty, yes.
So this has a little bit longer to go.
And so it's funny that you said that you guys don't put the salt and pepper on the table. A quick story for you. That was something we had noticed in Italy, and I had the opportunity when I was in school to study abroad there.
Yeah.
And we went out to a restaurant, and one of my girlfriends, just automatically out of habit, her plate was served and she went for the salt. She hadn't tasted it yet. And so she asked the waiter for salt. Do you know the chef came out of the kitchen and said, "What's wrong with my food?"
Yeah.
And she was she was embarrassed. She said, I'm so sorry. It's just such a habit in the States to salt your dish as soon as it comes out. And she's like, I hadn't even tasted it yet.
Yeah, I was like, how do you know it's not too salty already?
Exactly.
Maybe he messed up. Yeah, so I had the same issues when I was in the kitchen and I worked and lived in Greece, and the server came in and said, they're allergic to this, allergic to soy, allergic to this, and the chef said, 4 Americans on table 5, because they don't really have many issues with wheat and gluten and all that other stuff.
Right. No, they really don't. And it's a different product, actually. That was one of the things we had learned on my last trip to Italy that I hosted for Cucina. We had the opportunity to go to a pasta factory, and the girl explained the difference between wheat here, wheat there, what's happening to it, how it's being, manipulated and developed, and why people are developing these allergies.
Right. And it's causing big problems for their health.
Yeah.
So we're ready to plate up.
Awesome. All right. Chef, our risotto's done, but you finished it off with a couple of beautiful things.
Yes, we have some Parmigiano Reggiano that we finished it off with.
Very nice. We'll put a little bit in there. Oh, it's so good.
And optional, if you'd like, you could drizzle just a little bit of white truffle oil.
Oh, I can smell it already.
Yeah, it's very fragrant. Goes a long way.
Oh my gosh, yes, it does, but it's delicious. All right, we got to dig in.
Okay.
See how we did here? Oh my gosh. This is delicious. That truffle oil is the perfect finish.
Definitely.
Guys, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Cara Di Falco. And we've been talking about Italy. Don't forget, we do still have tickets available for the Cucina tour of Italy. I'll hook you up in the link below. We'll also get you some of Chef Todd's favorite ingredients there as well. Chef, thank you once again. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Bon appetit.